The first one is this report, which I found was pretty shocking. This lady actually has 22 children. Now, I have one baby girl, and I'll tell you, managing that one baby girl is like, oh, it saps away my energy, especially when I'm trying to concentrate on my work and the baby screaming, shouting, and making all noise. Sometimes it drives me nuts. So I don't know how this lady, number one, manages with 22 children in the house. That's the first thing. The second thing is, my wife, when she gave birth to a baby, she said it was the most painful thing. It was like shooting a watermelon out of your ass. it's that painful. I can't understand. Does this lady enjoy shooting off watermelons out of her ass? 22 children. How do you manage 22 children? How do you give each one attention? It's like that Disney, Pixar movie, where this cartoon character had, 100 different children. I don't know. Some people have no other job other than be fruitful and multiply. Her name, Sue Radford. I wish her all the best. So she's pregnant again with her 22nd baby. I just look at it as, man, what the hell? It's like, what are you doing? Then again, it's their life, whatever. Okay, the next one was, this is India. India is great for so many things. Like, for example, this, from worshipping cows to, people who drink cow piss because they think it's heals them or whatever. Now you have the minister, defense minister, whose name is Rajnath Singh. I don't know how to say this, but they purchased the latest, most technologically advanced fighter jet, which was the Rafale fighter jet from France. So in order to protect the investment, the defense minister, Mr. Rajnath Singh, what he does, he ensures that not only the latest technology, not only the most advanced radar, they have two big lemons placed at the wheel of the plane and a coconut placed somewhere on top of the jet to ensure that all evil spirits from Pakistan go away, fly away. I don't know what to say, man. It's like, what the fuck, man? Seriously. I understand religion, fine, you want to believe in a holy-poly stuff, in the power of prayer, but now you have the power of lemon, limbu, lemon and coconut. Yes. Oh man, this is what I call India. This is a problem with India when you have superstition and religious nonsense, where you have coconuts and lemons being used to protect the technologically advanced missionary. I would say instead of focusing on lemons and coconuts, focus on your policies, focus on human character. It is the person who is driving the bloody aircraft that's going to make a difference. And if that person is evil and sinister, he will bomb and kill innocent people. So, and if he is smart, he'll protect himself. If he is skilled, he will ensure he comes back safe. But if you have lemons, you can put a lemon up your ass or you can break a coconut up your fucking head. Nothing's gonna fucking happen, man. When will people actually fucking learn? And it's scary to know that a person with this kind of thinking is actually the defense minister of the second most populous country in the world. So I'll just leave it to that and leave it to you to decide how safe is the world when you have characters like this. Anyway, moving on to a little bit of more crazy stuff. You have, always is that ladies Pampers, for their periods, they have, those pads. So always feminine Pampers or pads belong to women. Okay. So it is always, for women, which is part of their normal. It's like if you poop, you need toilet paper or water. If you bleed, you need pads or those Pampers as they get called. Okay. So there have been feminine symbols for a very long time. Females use it especially to take care of their menstruation cycle. Now, what has happened is you get this transgender. For those of you who do not know what is transgender, it's someone who is male but identifies themselves as female, or someone who's female identifies themselves as male. So it's like if I'm a male, I can say, I feel like I'm a female because my body doesn't feel right. I feel I'm a female. So I can get, not that I want to get, I can get silicone being put into my chest to make it like boobs. And I can even get surgery done to remove my balls and my penis and have a engineered vagina. And I can call myself a woman. So this is more like transgender. So they have been doing all these people who have body dysmorphia. They are not comfortable with their bodies. They are not comfortable being a man or woman, and they want to change their gender. So those are transgender. So they transition to a different gender. However, you have some women who feel that, no, I'm not a woman. I'll get my boobs cut off, or I'll leave my boobs in some cases, and I'll take testosterone shots, and I'll grow a beard, or I'll become a man. So they don't call themselves women, they call themselves a man. And some of them even get surgery to get a man-made penis there, okay? Artificial penis. Okay. So for the ones who don't get a penis, but who feel they are a man, who get their breasts cut off, and some of them leave their breasts, whatever, but they still have a vagina and they still have menstruation cycles. So those transgenders, what they are saying is, we also use these pampers, or we also use these pads, and we are also always customers. So now what exactly is the problem? Why is everyone going, why is everyone, having a problem? The problem is, now, until now, the menstruation cycles or the bleeding was a female problem. It was part of being a female. If you're a female, only then you have menstruation cycles. You're a male, you don't have bleeding, okay, unless, of course, you get a cut or you have hemorrhoids or something like that. Okay, so it's understood. So now when you have a transgender, a female who becomes a male or assumes that the person is male or has gender dysmorphia, body dysmorphia. So now they identify themselves, I'm not a female, I'm a male, okay? But the problem is they still have the female reproductive organs. They still bleed. So even though they consider that I'm a man, they still bleed. And so they have to use always products. They have to use these pampers or diapers or pads or tampons or whatever. So what the problem is, they are saying, hey, excuse me, always listen, why are you using the female logo or the female signage? Now, even we, not men, trans men, we use it. So please respect us, respect our feelings, respect our community. Remove this only for females, include us. So if you remove, we will buy your product, we will use your product, you'll get a bigger market share. So what they're trying to say is this Ben Saunders, who is an activist, transgender activist, who says, why do you only have feminine logos on your packaging? Because even we transgenders and non-binary, all these fancy terms which they have, we use your product also. So in that is what they sent to Always. So the Always team, which is a company, they had their marketing people said, yes, that's a fantastic idea. Thank you for voicing your feelings. We care about your feelings. You're our customer and you're right. Because they were thinking, oh, cash dollars, oh, the money, because obviously you need to kiss ass in order to get more money. So they said, from 2020 onwards, from the next year onwards, our packaging will no longer feature this feminine symbol because we don't want to hurt your feelings. So you will be happy. Now, because Always said that, all of a sudden the female said, how dare you? We have been having our symbol for so long. We've been using these pampers and stuff to, collect all the blood and the waste products. And How dare you remove our logo, our logo? So they were very angry with the transgender, and many people, went on to Twitter. Like, for example, you have Ellen Back, who said, on a positive note, anyone who wants a brand that doesn't erase women, we can have a look at Luxury Moon. Luxury Moon, which is another product which has same Pampers and diapers and pads for women. Then you have Anne with that handle, Anne Vida, whatever. When will any company stand for women? A company providing personal sanitary products for women kneels over after a Ben complains. War on women. So, another revolution. Then you have Vicky Lamb, who says women are quite literally being erased from sanitary products right now. Is there anywhere we are allowed to be visible? Always at the rate, tagging always. I have bought your product since the age of 10. Stop erasing the people who use your product, or I will erase you from my purchasing power. Bye bye. Then big old Moon says, I've been buying always since I started my periods over 20 years. I won't be buying them again. Boycott always. So you have to keep the females happy with the female logo. You have to keep the transgenders happy with their logo. I would just say, why don't you come out with, pads with logos for women and logos for transgenders and logos for binary, so everyone's happy. So have like chocolate flavor, strawberry flavor, mint flavor, so you can keep everyone happy. I would just say that. So what a big first world problem. Don't change our logo. It's our sanitary product. It's our Pampers. Yes. I just hope men don't start saying, what about us? What about our logo? We use always for whatever.
My wife has asked me to buy for her because she's not keeping well. I'm supposed to buy for my wife her Pampers. So, well, this is the first time I'm actually buying. So, this one looks like flower. This is mint. This is cool. And this is gentle. And strawberry. Ooh, orange flavor. Ooh, very good. Okay, we have orange flavor, strawberry flavor, mint flavor. Okay. You have wings. You can fly. Wings. Also confusing. To buy baby Pampers, and now I have to buy wife Pampers.
Sticking to the transgender community, you have this article, which is rather serious. This one was from Daily Mail, which featured this article. Hundreds of transgender youth who have had gender reassignment surgery. Now, what is gender reassignment? Where if you have balls and a penis, you get it chopped, cut it off, and you get a nice vagina. And if you have a vagina, you chop and you attach an artificial penis. Or if you have boobs, chop and you stitch and you feel like a man. So people who have undergone this surgery, okay, I know I'm making it very light and jokey, but it's serious for those people who actually go through it, okay? Just think about it. Now, why is it serious is because people who are young, people are really young. And by young, I'm talking about even parents who are parents of a child as young as 3-year-old. They are encouraging a young child. You can choose to be a boy or girl. You can choose to be a boy or girl. Just imagine the confusion when you tell a small child, you can choose if you want to be a boy or girl. Just think about what I said. A child doesn't know what it wants in life. A child doesn't know what is right and wrong. A child doesn't know what is good and not good. Whatever you teach the child will just believe that is right. They are so fragile. So, and a child by no means knows what it wants. In fact, Even a 30-year-old may not know what he or she wants. There's that much confusion. And with so much confusion, you're confusing them even more by telling, oh, you can be a boy or girl, or like in the UK, there are 100 different genders. You can be a free-spirited gender, you can be half male, half female, you can be male, you can be female. So they are confusing them so much. Okay? And with all this confusion, the youngsters of today, because they are so impulsive, because they are being given power when they don't know what to do, they are making decisions that can literally destroy their life. It's like, for example, just think, if a small child, a 3-year-old child said, I want to tattoo my face, or I want to tattoo with tattoos on my body, would you encourage that? Let's assume they could get a permanent tattoo without any pain. Would you encourage your child to get a tattoo? Absolutely not. You would say, no, you're not old enough to get a tattoo. In fact, think about it. Any youngster who has got a tattoo from 18, 16, whatever, by the time they're 30, do you think they're proud of it? No. 99.9%. I, being a guy who has tattoos, I'm telling you this, almost all of them regret that they got a tattoo when they're young. Why? Because as your body progresses, as you grow, your choices change, your preferences change. You end up with more money in your hands and you wish, oh sheesh, why did I get this tattoo done? It's smudged, it's not of that good quality. I wish I'd done something better. Even me, there are tattoos when I look at them, I'm like, what was I even thinking? Some of them. Fortunately for me, the tattoos on my face turned out to be really good. I was lucky there. But that was just luck. Had it been any other tattoo, maybe I'd regret it. So think something like a tattoo, which is nothing but color on your skin, can be life-changing and can destroy you. But then ask yourself, cutting your body part, your genitals, injecting yourself with testosterone, cutting your breasts, if you are making a mistake, which majority of them do, when you're in your 20s, you make a decision like this to cut your breasts or your genitals or your balls or your dick. What if you're wrong? What if you are wrong? And that is the question. Not all of them. They are so sure about what they want. They're so sure. When you're young, you're very sure. I will marry this girl. I will marry this guy. He's the love of my life. She's the love of my life. I know for a fact. Ask any 16-year-old, 13-year-old, oh, I'll never love anyone more than this person. When they get married, what happens? Life happens. You experience the rainbows, the different colors that life throws at you, and you realize, sheesh, there's so much more to life. So these youngsters who go through this gender assignment surgery, and for the medical industry, for them, they are more than happy. Why? It's big money. Cutting your body part or going through a gender surgery or even injecting a person with testosterone or hormones is big money. For them, they are more than happy. If someone's giving them money, you think they're going to say no? So for the medical system, they would be more than happy to encourage these people. But what these youngsters who have this issue of body dysmorphia, what they are not aware of is after they go through this life-changing surgery, nothing changes. Nothing, absolutely nothing changes. They're just looking for approval from the external, from the outside world. They're just looking for approval from them. Accept me, love me, I'm part of you. But when they feel that emptiness not filled inside, then they realize, sheesh, what did I do? So in this article, you have this person who is Charlie Evans, who was born female, who identified herself as a male for almost 10 years, after which decided, okay, this is a bad idea. I'm going to go back as a woman. So she helps many people who are going through gender dysmorphia. And she says that today's medical industry or the doctors, they just encourage them to go through this surgery. They say, here are your hormones, here's your surgery, go ahead. And many of them, go through breast removal surgery or, amputating their private parts, and only for them to realize, sheesh, I made a very, very big mistake. So this is an article which I think is just the beginning. It's just the beginning of what is happening. The very fact that people are doing it now, you're going to see the repercussions. You're going to see the actual results after another 20 or 30 years. And I'll tell you this, I can assure you this. It's an open challenge. Almost all of them who go through this gender reassignment surgery, they're going to regret that they ever did this. Why? Because something that is up here, no matter what you change physically, this will always remain as it is. So if this is not treated, whatever you change externally, nothing is going to change at all. So these are my views. You can let me know if I'm wrong or, whatever. I'm very open to listening to what you have to say. Last, if not the least, you have this news, love, when people talk about love, they run away from home or they tattoo a person's, like in my case, I tattooed my ex-girlfriend's face and she dumped me. But in this case, you have a Pakistani woman, this lady, Fauzia. She fell in love with this guy and she got married to him. So you might say, Loy, what's a big deal? A Pakistani girl falls in love. Well, this girl is a normal girl, beautiful girl. You can see her photograph. She's a normal, beautiful girl. So what's the big deal? Well, she got married to this guy. His name is Bobo. Bobo was the name of my pet dog, which I had before. That's not the Bobo I'm talking about. I'm talking about this gentleman. His name is Burhan. Burhan sounds like a very name. So Burhan Kisti, he lives in Oslo, which is not Pakistan. He lives in the western part of the world. So still you must be wondering, what's the big deal, Loy? So Fauzia fell in love with Bobo, Burhan. So, well, the only problem is this beautiful female who is 5 feet or 6 feet, she fell in love with Bobo who is 2 feet. So there's a big height difference. So you might still say, Loy, so what's the big deal? She married a guy who's really short. Okay. Well, he also has polio. So he's 2 feet plus he's a polio survivor. And on top of that, so you'll say, Loy, this is still true love. Well, the only thing here is Fauzia is normal. She's not very rich. Bobo is a celebrity of sorts. He has money. He has company. He is also a celebrity on Twitter. He has won many awards. He is the best male inspirational person of 2017. So my evil brain, as you can say, looks at it as it's not just love. It's Pakistan, the West. Ooh, no money. Ooh, a lot of money. Ooh, So I see it as many other factors apart from just love. But then again, maybe I'm wrong. So I'm not saying that, she's a gold digger. I'm not saying that he doesn't have a personality. He might be the most intelligent guy. Okay, he might be the most happening guy because obviously he has a successful business, a brand, whatever. However, when, like I always say, when something is too good to be true, it's seldom too good to be true. So anyway, you let me know your thoughts. Maybe she really loves her 2 feet tall, polio victim, like you had Nick Wojcik, who doesn't have hands and legs, and he has married this really beautiful lady, and they have had children together. You even had another very successful guy who died. I don't know what's his name. I can't get his name right now. I'll show you his image. Beautiful lady. She married that inspirational guy. So, well, I don't know. I just find it very hard. I'm just sharing my pessimism or skepticism that this is true love. But then again, maybe it's true love. You let me know, what do you think? Do you think this is true love, or do you think this is something like it's a money that talks? Let's assume. Suppose she was a millionaire or a billionaire. Let's assume she was rich and he was super poor. Let's assume she was from Oslo and he was from Pakistan. He was poor. Would she marry him then? That is a big question. So if you feel, yes, that's it, maybe I'm wrong. So let me know your thoughts. Like I always say, I'm always open to your opinion. So those were the bits of weird news.